everybody, this is Eric with Camping from Corgis, and I'm back from Scotland. And what I want to talk to you about is our great experience with ABC Boat Hire, running a canal boat on the Union Canal and the Clyde Canal, and using the Falkirk Wheel. I'm gonna stitch together some stuff, probably no voiceovers. There's some great time lapse. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the boat. Some of the things that I did get wrong in that were the heater does not come off the diesel. The heater comes off a diesel heater. And actually, come to find out, what experienced folks in canal boating know, narrow boating know, is that uses a diesel heater. And believe it or not, that diesel heater burns more diesel than the actual little four-cylinder that runs at, 1,000 RPM, 1,200 RPM. So you're driving something that's, about 8 feet wide, and ours was over 60 feet long, our boat. So it is a narrow boat. You pilot the narrow boat, you crew the narrow boat, you do the cooking. It's essentially it's like renting an RV. So very much in keeping with our channel, Camping with Corgis. We didn't get to take the dogs, but we had a wonderful week there. Maybe I'll include some, I didn't take any video, but I'll include some of our pictures because we rented a camper van. I wanted to take more video, but I severely overestimated my ability to drive that camper van on a Scottish road, especially up in the Highlands. They're very thin, they're very narrow, there's no shoulder. Some of them are single lane where you have to get out of the way of oncoming traffic. So it wasn't just that I was driving on the right-hand side of the car and shifting with my left hand, but anyway, so every day was an adventure. We spent time in Fort William. We went so we drove from Edinburgh to Fort William to Portree on the Isle of Skye, from the Isle of Skye to Blair Athol, saw Blair Castle, and then on the final day, driving back into Edinburgh, I was never so happy to turn in a rental in my whole life. It was pretty stressful. It was a very nice camper van. I didn't want to damage it. I didn't want to have to pay the damage waiver. I didn't want to have to, I had my son with me. But the boat, in comparison, was pretty relaxing, pretty easy to do. A nice experience if you want a nice, slow experience. Is it the best way to see Scotland? Probably not. You see a lot of the countryside, you meet a lot of nice people, but you can only get as far from the boat as you want to walk. There's plenty of pubs along the way that we stopped and ate. I'll include some pictures of those. Food there is great. And everybody I met in Scotland was just terrific. I didn't mean a mean person in Scotland. So anyway, with that, let's get on to the video. Here we go. Here's the front cabin. White, nice stateroom. Comes through, sneaks. You have your heads. You can hear me kind of.
You going in the middle?
Well, I don't know.
I think we got a mix and match here.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. You owe me a milkshake? We got the galley. There's the cook. We're men of honor, aren't we, Cookie?
Yeah, we are. Piggy.
the Union Canal is a contour canal that runs from Falkirk all the way to Edinburgh. It's about 30 to 40 kilometers from Falkirk to Edinburgh. The boat isn't fast. You know, you cruise along at a leisurely pace, but there are times when old people have passed us on the walking path. We just went over the Avon Aqueduct. I have some video of that back there in the background. Or I guess you can see it back there. Now, I'll be able to tell you a few things about the boat. Okay, it's diesel powered. I think it holds 90 liters of fuel. They say that's good for several days worth of cruising. So the cost of a full tank is included with your rental, and then you pay to fill it up once you turn it back in. All the gray water goes directly into the canal, and then it has a black water tank. That black water tank holds almost 1,000 liters. So, you know, give or take about 240 gallons, 260 gallons, something like that, of black water. This boat is equipped with 2 heads, very nicely equipped. I'll show them to you later. The toilets have our electric macerator toilets, so they chew everything up. They probably use about a gallon of flush. It doesn't quite tell us how much fresh water it holds. They just tell you to refill often. So far, with 4 men on board, taking showers, cooking, cleaning, we haven't run out of water yet, and we've only really refilled once, and that was a couple days ago. Of course, so I think some of my shipmates are getting a little nervous about it. So our boat is well equipped. Now you can tell, narrow boats, not very wide. You know, I'm only 5'8", and I can touch from wall to wall. So since this is a father-son trip, we have 2 staterooms essentially. Okay, with a rack, port and starboard side. So this is where Jared and Holden are sleeping. And then we have 2 heads. So if we look in here, a nice sink, plenty of storage area. They supply towels. They have a nice shower. Okay, it's not huge. It's probably what you'd expect in any RV. And then up here is the forward stateroom. Okay, where we've got our junk. This is where Wyatt and I hang out. And it opens up onto the bow. There's Jared driving the boat. It is nice and relaxing. So the Union Canal, like I said, contour canal, not a whole lot of locks. We're going to be come up on the Falkirk locks. We're going to go through the Falkirk tunnel and then to the wheel as we head back. Like I said before, we made it all the way to Edinburgh. I have one lock left. So here we are, really on the last day of our journey. Didn't quite go down as far on the Forth and Clyde as I wanted. Kind of underestimated how far we'd get. So, you know, but considering that we just had the trouble with that lock, maybe that's not a bad thing. We have one more lock, one more lift bridge. We'll drive past the Falkirk Wheel down to where lock 16 is, where it's broken. Somebody drove into it. So you have that time on every trip, you know. Here's your last day. Think about all the things that happened. Good times, aggravating times. Okay, so there you have it. Our exciting trip to Scotland. One of the things that I did get wrong was you don't get 90 liters of fuel, you get 90 pounds worth of fuel. We ended up having to pay an additional 75 pounds. So it works out, I think, at like a, you know, £1.65 per liter. We used about 100 liters. We're about 25 gallons of diesel fuel for the week, and that was with the heater and everything, and running the diesel. So not bad. Hey, special thanks to ABC Boat Hire, Edinburgh Black Cab Tours. You know, they did a great job taking us around to Stirling and Bannockburn, and the folks there at Swiftgo UK for our van rental out of Livingston, just outside of Edinburgh. So this was definitely a case where, you know, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Okay. This is Eric from Camping with Corgis. Thanks for watching.